In the summer of 1914, the world stood on the brink of a catastrophe that would reshape the course of history. Europe, a continent of empires and alliances, was about to be plunged into a conflict that would become known as the Great War. Over the next 4 years, millions of lives would be lost, empires would crumble, and the world would never be the same again. This is the story of World War I, a tale of tragedy, heroism, and transformation. It all began with the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand, heir to the Austro-Hungarian throne, in Sarajevo on June 28, 1914. The assassin, Gavrilo Princip, was a Bosnian Serb nationalist who sought to liberate Bosnia from Austro-Hungarian rule. Austria-Hungary, backed by Germany, issued an ultimatum to Serbia, which was rejected. On July 28th, Austria-Hungary declared war on Serbia, setting in motion a chain of events that would soon engulf the entire continent. As the conflict escalated, the complex web of alliances that bound the great powers of Europe together began to unravel. Russia, as Serbia's ally, mobilized its forces to defend its Slavic brethren. Germany, bound by treaty to Austria-Hungary, declared war on Russia. France, allied with Russia, mobilized in support. When Germany invaded neutral Belgium to attack France, Britain entered the war. The war that was supposed to be over by Christmas had begun. The Western Front, stretching from the English Channel to the Swiss border, became the main theater of the war. Both sides dug in, creating a vast network of trenches that would become the defining image of the conflict. The war of movement gave way to a brutal stalemate, as both sides sought to break through the enemy lines. The battles of the Somme, Verdun, and Passchendaele would become synonymous with the horrors of trench warfare. Millions of men were sacrificed in futile attempts to gain a few yards of ground. On the Eastern Front, the war was more fluid, with vast armies maneuvering across the plains of Eastern Europe. Russia, despite initial successes, was ill-prepared. Its armies suffered heavy losses at the hands of the German and Austro-Hungarian forces. By 1917, the Russian war effort was on the brink of collapse. The Russian Revolution of 1917 would lead to the Bolsheviks seizing power and signing a separate peace with Germany. The war at sea was crucial, with the British Royal Navy imposing a blockade on Germany, cutting off vital supplies. Germany responded with unrestricted submarine warfare, targeting merchant ships, including the sinking of the Lusitania in 1915. The entry of the United States into the war in 1917 would tip the balance in favor of the Allies. As the war dragged on, the home front became increasingly important. Governments mobilized their economies for total war. Women took on roles traditionally held by men, working in factories and maintaining the social fabric. Propaganda became a powerful tool, shaping public opinion and maintaining morale through posters and speeches. By 1918, the war had taken a heavy toll. The German spring offensive initially succeeded but ultimately failed to break the Allied lines. The Allies, bolstered by American reinforcements, launched offensives that pushed the Germans back across the Western Front. On November 11, 1918, an armistice was signed, bringing an end to the fighting. The Treaty of Versailles, signed in 1919, imposed harsh terms on Germany and redrew the map of the world. The Austro-Hungarian and Ottoman empires were dismantled, and new nations were created from their remnants. The war marked the end of the old order. It also set the stage for the even greater conflict of World War II. As we reflect on the lessons of the Great War, we are reminded of the importance of working towards a peaceful world.